In this video, we are going to see about the portocaval anastomosis. So first let us understand the meaning of the topic. So portocaval anastomosis. In this, the portal refers to the portal system and the cava, it represents the systemic veins, right? So the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava, that refers to the caval system. The superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava. So the anastomosis between the portal system and the caval system, it is called as the portocaval anastomosis. So this portocaval anastomosis, it takes at different places in our body. Totally it takes place at 7 different places in our body. Let us see that one by one. So this portocaval anastomosis, it takes place at 7 different places in our body. So they are as follows. One is at the lower end of the esophagus, then at the lower end of the rectum, then the umbilicus, posterior abdominal wall, bare area of liver, falciform ligament and the ligamentum venosum. First, let us see the first 3 sides of the diagrammatic representation. So see, this one is the right brachiocephalic vein and this one is the left brachiocephalic vein. Both the right brachiocephalic vein and the left brachiocephalic vein, they drain into the superior vena cava. And this one what you are seeing here, this is the azygous vein. Of course, this one is the accessory hemiazygous vein and this is the hemiazygous vein. So they both drain into the azygous vein. And here you could see the communication between the azygous vein and the inferior vena cava. So this is the inferior vena cava. And what you are seeing here, this one is the esophageal veins. So the esophageal veins, they drain into the hemiazygous vein. And what you're seeing here, this one is the diaphragm. And this structure is the liver. And this structure, what you're seeing here, this is the portal vein. And of course, it is formed by the union of the splenic vein together with the superior mesenteric vein. So this vein is the superior mesenteric vein. Coming to the next structure, what you're seeing here, these 2 veins, these are called as the para-umbilical vein. And of course, this structure, this is the umbilicus. Coming down, you could notice 2 veins. They are common iliac veins. They together, they drain into the inferior vena cava, right? So they are right and left, namely, again the right and left common iliac veins, they divide into external iliac vein and the internal iliac vein. And what you're seeing here, this structure, this is the superior rectal vein. And of course, this is the middle and this is the inferior rectal vein. So these are middle and inferior rectal veins. Middle and inferior rectal veins. So see here, this structure, what I have shown in brown color, this is the rectum. See, let us see that once again. So see here, this is the right brachiocephalic vein and this is the left brachiocephalic vein. So they both drain into the superior vena cava. And then here you can see the azygous vein. So azygous vein also, it drains into the superior vena cava. Once again, the accessory hemiazygous vein and the hemiazygous vein, they both drain into the azygous vein. And the esophageal veins in turn, they drain into the hemiazygous vein. So here you could see the connection between the inferior vena cava and the azygous vein. And then coming down, you could notice 2 branches here. They are the common iliac veins. So this common iliac vein in turn will divide into external and internal iliac vein. So that is not shown here. Then coming back, see this one, this structure is the portal vein. And here you could notice the umbilical, para-umbilical veins and this is the umbilicus. And then coming down here, you can notice the middle and inferior rectal veins. And here what you're seeing here, this structure which drains into the splenic vein, this is called as the superior rectal vein. So, and then see the splenic vein together with the superior mesenteric vein, they form the portal vein. See again, the portal vein, it divides into the right and left branches. I am representing with the different color in order to differentiate. So this is the right and left branches of the portal vein. So here you can see the portal vein that is formed by the union of the splenic vein together with the superior mesenteric vein. So once it reaches the liver, it divides into the right and left branches. So as I already mentioned, we are going to see about the three most important sites of the portocaval anastomosis with the diagrammatic representation. One is the lower end of the esophagus, and the next one is the lower end of the rectum, and then the third one is the umbilicus. Oh, I forgot to mention you regarding one more structure. So see, this one is the left gastric vein. So this structure what you're seeing here, this one is the left gastric vein. So see at the lower end of the esophagus, so the esophageal veins, it anastomoses with the left gastric vein. So here you can see that here you could notice that the esophageal veins are the systemic veins, and whereas the left gastric veins are the portal veins. Since it drains into the portal vein, this comes under the portal system, and here you could see the esophageal veins that it drains into the hemiesophagus vein, and finally it drains into the superior vena cava. And thus esophageal veins are systemic veins, and here you could see that the left gastric vein is the vein under the portal system. In turn, we could say that, and the left gastric vein, this comes under the portal system, and the esophageal veins are the systemic veins. So at the lower end of the esophagus, the esophageal veins, it anastomoses with the left gastric vein. The esophageal veins, they drain into the hemiesophagus vein, whereas the left gastric vein, it drains into the portal vein finally. Coming to the next site of the portocaval anastomosis, that is the lower end of the rectum. So the anastomosis takes place between the superior rectal vein and between the middle and inferior rectal vein. So the superior rectal vein anastomoses with the middle and inferior rectal vein. So here you could see that the superior rectal vein is the vein of portal system, since it drains into the splenic vein, and then the middle and inferior rectal veins, they both drain into the internal iliac vein. So both drain into the internal iliac vein. See, as I already mentioned, this common iliac vein again splits into two. One is the external iliac vein and the other one is the internal iliac vein. Both the middle and inferior rectal veins, they drain into the internal iliac vein, and thus they come under the systemic veins. As I already mentioned, the portocaval anastomosis is the anastomosis between the portal vein and the systemic vein. So the middle and inferior rectal veins are the systemic veins, whereas the superior rectal vein, since it drains into the splenic vein, this comes under the portal system, right? So at the lower end of the rectum, anastomosis takes place between the superior rectal vein and the middle and inferior rectal veins. So the middle and inferior rectal veins, they drain into the internal iliac vein, and the superior rectal vein, it drains into the splenic vein, as you can see here. Let me make that more clear. See, the superior rectal vein, this drains into the inferior mesenteric vein. And this inferior mesenteric vein, it finally drains into the splenic vein. So this superior rectal vein, it comes under the portal system, right? As it indirectly contributes to the portal system by indirectly draining into the splenic vein through the inferior mesenteric vein. So this contributes to the portal system, and this is a vein of portal system. And then coming to the middle and inferior rectal vein. Middle and inferior rectal veins. They both have different drainage pathway. See, the middle rectal vein, it drains directly into the internal iliac vein. and then finally drains into the common iliac vein, and the common iliac vein drains into the inferior vena cava. So finally it drains into the caval system, right? So the inferior rectal vein, this has a different pathway of drainage. So the inferior rectal vein, it drains into the internal pudendal vein, and then this internal pudendal vein, it drains into the internal iliac vein, and this internal iliac vein in turn, it drains into the common iliac vein, and this common iliac vein, it drains into the inferior vena cava. So finally both the middle and inferior rectal veins, they drain into the vena cava, inferior vena cava, and thus they come under systemic veins. So at the lower end of the rectum, the superior rectal vein, it anastomoses with the middle and inferior rectal veins. That's all about the second side. Let us move on to the next side, that is the umbilicus. Coming to the portocaval anastomosis at the site of umbilicus. So here you could see the paraumbilical veins. So this is the umbilicus. Here you could see the paraumbilical veins. So these paraumbilical veins, they anastomoses with the veins of anterior abdominal wall. What you are seeing here, this one is the vein of anterior abdominal wall. Actually, the veins of anterior abdominal wall, they are more in number. Just for a diagrammatic representation, I have represented with the single vein. Right, so anastomosis with the veins of anterior abdominal wall. See, these paraumbilical veins, they come under the portal system. How in the sense, actually they drain into the left branch of the portal vein. What you are seeing here, this one is the left branch and this is the right branch of the portal vein. So as I already mentioned, once it reaches the portal vein, reaches the liver, it divides into two branches. One is the left branch and the other one is the right branch, right? So this paraumbilical veins, they drain into the left branch of the portal vein. So they come under the portal system. So then the veins of the anterior abdominal wall, they are actually the systemic veins. How in the sense, they drain into the external iliac vein. As I already mentioned, this common iliac vein, it again splits into two. One is the external iliac vein and the other one is the internal iliac vein. So the anterior abdominal wall, the veins of the anterior abdominal wall, they actually drain into the external iliac vein. So they come under the systemic vein. So the site of the umbilicus, the paraumbilical vein, it anastomoses with the veins of anterior abdominal wall. Let me mention you the veins, the name of the veins that take part in anastomosis at the site of umbilicus. Right. So the portal, the vein that comes under the portal system is the paraumbilical vein. Paraumbilical vein. Coming to the systemic veins. They are categorized into three. The systemic veins, actually they are categorized into three. One is above the umbilicus, the other one is below the umbilicus, and the third one is on either sides of the umbilicus. Above the umbilicus, there are two veins, namely the superior epigastric and the lateral thoracic veins. Below the umbilicus also there are two veins, namely superficial epigastric and the other one is the inferior epigastric vein. So here you could relate the systemic vein. See, above the umbilicus it is superior epigastric vein and below the umbilicus it is inferior epigastric vein and the superficial epigastric vein. On either sides of the umbilicus also there lies two veins, namely the posterior intercostal vein and the lumbar vein. See, once again I am repeating. So the systemic veins taking part in portocaval anastomosis at the site of umbilicus, they could be categorized into three. One is above umbilicus, below umbilicus, and the other one is either on the either sides of the umbilicus, right? So above the umbilicus, it is superior epigastric vein and the lateral thoracic vein. Below the umbilicus, it is superficial epigastric vein and inferior epigastric vein. And on either sides of the umbilicus, it is posterior intercostal and the lumbar vein. So we have completed the first three sides. The anastomosis taking place at lower end of the esophagus, then lower end of the rectum, and then at the umbilicus. Coming to the portocaval anastomosis on the posterior abdominal wall. So here the splenic vein which is the portal vein, it anastomosis with the left renal vein. Splenic vein, it anastomosis with the left renal vein. And coming to the next side, that is the bare area of the liver. Hope you all know that there is an area called as the bare area of the liver where it is not covered by any peritoneum. Right. Bare area of the liver somewhere lies here, and the bare area of the liver, it contains some portal radicals. So portal radicals. So that anastomosis with the diaphragmatic veins. So here you could see that the diaphragm lies just above the liver. So it anastomosis with the diaphragmatic veins. The portal radicals rising from the bare area of the liver, it anastomosis with the diaphragmatic veins. So here the portal radicals fall under the portal system, and this anastomosis with the diaphragmatic vein. Diaphragmatic vein, which is a systemic vein. So again at the falciform ligament, the paraumbilical vein, it anastomosis with the diaphragmatic veins. Coming to the last side, that is at the site of ligamentum venosum, the left branch of the portal vein, it anastomosis with the inferior vena cava. So inferior vena cava, the caval system, which is a systemic vein, it anastomosis with the left branch of the portal vein. See, below all these three sides of portocaval anastomosis, it is related, it could be related with the liver. And the first three sides, these are very, very important. The first three sides, lower end of esophagus, then lower end of the rectum, and then the umbilicus. So the first three sides are very, very important, and then you could easily remember that the last three sides, they are related with the liver. One is the bare area of the liver, and then with the falciform ligament, and then it is the ligamentum venosum, and the last one is the posterior abdominal wall. Let us have a rapid revision with the diagrammatic representation. So see here at the lower end of the esophagus, the esophageal vein, which is a systemic vein, it anastomosis with the left gastric vein. So this left gastric vein, it drains blood from the lesser curvature of the stomach, and then it drains into the portal vein, and thus it comes under the portal system, right? So the lower end of the esophagus, the anastomosis takes place between the esophageal veins and the left gastric vein. And then here you could see the splenic vein, and here is the superior mesenteric vein. They both unite to form the portal vein, right? So as soon as the portal vein reaches the liver, it divides into two branches, namely the left and right branches, right? Next, coming to the next side of portocaval anastomosis, so at the lower end of the rectum, you could find the superior rectal vein, it anastomosis with the middle and inferior rectal veins, right? So the superior rectal vein, it drains into the splenic vein, and thus it comes under the portal system. And then here you could see the middle and inferior rectal vein. So this drains into the internal iliac vein, which is a systemic vein. So these come under the systemic veins. So the lower end of the rectum, the superior rectal vein, it anastomosis with the middle and inferior rectal vein. Then coming to the umbilicus. So at the umbilicus, the paraumbilical vein, which drains into the left branch of the portal vein. So what you're seeing here, this is the portal vein, and this is the left branch, and this is the right branch of the portal vein. So the paraumbilical vein, they drain into the left branch of the portal vein. It anastomosis with the veins of the anterior abdominal wall. So as we already saw, the veins of the anterior abdominal wall, it could be categorized into three. One is above the umbilicus, then is the below the umbilicus, then on either sides of the umbilicus. So this paraumbilical vein, it anastomoses with the veins of anterior abdominal wall, which also ultimately drains into the external iliac vein and then into the common iliac vein and then finally into the inferior vena cava. Right, so they come under the systemic veins. Right. So then coming to the next side, that is the posterior abdominal wall. So the splenic vein, which is the portal vein, it anastomoses with the left renal vein. And on the bare area of the liver, you could find some portal radicals rising. So that anastomoses with the diaphragmatic vein, which is a systemic vein. Then at the site of falciform ligament, the paraumbilical vein, which drains into the left branch of the portal vein, it anastomoses with the diaphragmatic veins. And at the site of ligamentum venosum, the left branch of the portal vein anastomoses with the inferior vena cava.